Santa? Oh, no. I'm robbing you, idiot. What? Bet you didn't even realize my beard was a PNG this whole time. Oh, no.
Oh. Who the hell are you? Merry Christmas!
Santa, is it really you?
Yes, son, it's me.
Wait, but your beard's just a piece of paper.
Shut up, there are budget cuts at the North Pole this year.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you, but this isn't what I asked for.
I know, I'm sorry. Wait, what's that behind your ear?
Thanks, Santa. This is exactly what I asked for. You could say this was one explosive Christmas.
Indeed.
What? Hello, and welcome back to The Powerful Show, the most holly jolly channel on YouTube. I'd like to wish you a Merry Christmas and a great holiday season, whether you celebrate Christmas or not. But before we can open our presents, I need to ask you, have you seen all the crazy Christmas stuff out there? Well, if not, today we're going to go through it all, as I'm looking at all things Christmas. When it hits December 1st, for most people it's the start of Christmas, but for the more insane members of society, November 1st marks the start of the season, and frankly, it's not okay. But no matter when you start Christmas, it's always marked by the ringing of bells, found in a majority of... You can't make it through December without hearing at least one Christmas song, no matter your location or beliefs. Christmas music is an inevitable, unstoppable force of nature that can and has ruined lives. There is nothing you can do to escape hearing at least one of the 10 iconic Christmas carols sung by 100 different artists, all competing to get the one yearly check that only one woman has ever been able to cash. Mariah Carey is the Queen of Christmas, and we can't talk about Christmas without talking about All I Want for Christmas Is You. This song is 31 years old, and the most listened to Christmas song ever. Annually topping streaming charts the second November rolls over, and that's right, I said November. Mariah Carey is one of the more insane members of society who start Christmas on November 1st. As on that day every year, she posts an "It's Time" video kicking off Christmas, and to be fair to her, I would start Christmas a month early if every year I got $2.6 million the second the season rolls around. While researching this video, I found the 2025 It's Time video, and I think it's AI. I'm just too generally confused about what I'm seeing to make any accusations. It's just, I don't even know. Taking a step back from Christmas music to look at the genre as a whole. Though knowing Mariah Carey's December earnings, I'm not surprised more artists aren't trying to make Christmas music like hers. Though, to be fair, there is a lot of it. There are tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of Christmas songs available to be listened to, and that is quite a bit of people making Christmas music. The vast majority are personal renditions of Christmas carols, but the few popular originals are just really old. As I said earlier, All I Want for Christmas Is You is 31 years old, and a lot older than I initially thought it would be. According to Wikipedia's list of the top 10 best-selling Christmas singles in the US, the oldest one is Do You Want to Build a Snowman, which is from Frozen. That's not a Christmas song. It's, I don't think it should count, but it's still the oldest from 2013, which is still 12 years ago. Though the age of the song doesn't mean it's bad, that's 100% dependent on the artist. While researching this video, I found something strange. This is Frank Sinatra, a world-renowned singer-songwriter who is best known for his song, My Way, and this is Jay Schlatt, a YouTuber and streamer who a few years ago dropped his own rendition of My Way, and it's surprisingly good. Since then, he's released an entire Christmas album, and it's, how do you put it? Good. and nostalgic in a weird way. Despite only having heard it a month ago, most Christmas album covers feature the artist in front of some snow, maybe mistletoe, reindeers, and presents, but a very 1999 Christmas goes for a different approach, as Schlatt, dressed as Santa, is holding a gun. Though to be fair, what's more Christmassy than a gun? The awe of this object is making me want to remind you to subscribe. No, we're not doing the same bit as the last video. That would break the space-time continuum. But thankfully, I saved it, and no need to thank me. Actually, to thank me, you should subscribe, or else I'll come for your timeline next. Wait, did I just break the space-time continuum? I just made a threat with a gun to subscribers? Oh no, it's breaking, it's coming around me. No, I can't be deleted. This isn't happening, No. Though, to be fair, what's more Christmassy than a gun? Wait, I thought I'd be holding something. Doesn't matter, because Schlatt is a good singer and his album is perfectly Christmassy. All good Christmas songs need to capture a sense of nostalgia for Christmases long, long ago, and when listening to Schlatt's album, I felt that. The soothing jingle of bells reminded me of simpler times when my family and I would set up the Christmas tree listening to the similar song. It's hard to explain, but the entire time I was listening to this album, I was imbued with a feeling of Christmas. In November of all times. Though, moving on, as music isn't the only part of Christmas you can't escape, as you're practically guaranteed to see at least one. Christmas is clearly a very profitable time of year. Just look at the music industry, and Hollywood/film industry is the exact same. According to the all-knowing AI overview, the Christmas season is one of the 2 most profitable times, only followed by the summer break in America. For this section, I'd like to look into 3 movies in particular, starting with... Released late November last year, Dear Santa is a Christmas comedy starring Jack Black as Satan and Robert Timothy Smith as Liam, aka random child protagonist number 1. This film is weird, and I have no idea how I feel about it, aside from being greatly confused and mildly upset, especially with the ending, which left me feeling odd. But to the plot synopsis. The plot of Dear Santa begins when Liam misspells Santa's name on a letter, instead mailing it to Satan. This prompts Satan to show up to grant Liam 3 wishes, kind of like a genie, but with the added bonus of the genie actively trying to send you to hell. Liam is rightfully hesitant to use his wishes, though eventually concedes, on his way finding friends and talking to the film's love interest. The film has a theme of overcoming trauma, as throughout the film, Satan gets Liam to move on from his recently deceased brother. Okay, if you wanna skip spoilers, go to this time on screen. The reason the film's ending was so confusing to me was because it went against the rules and message established in the film. Excluding the ending, it's heartwarming, funny, random, and a good watch with family. Though with the ending, it's just bizarre. The ending negates all character development and goes against the rules of the universe by, spoiler alert, reviving Liam's brother. It's preposterous because it's stated at the start of the film that Jack Black can't revive the dead, even bound by the same rules as a genie, with references to Aladdin like "you've never had a friend like me." Additionally, if Black could have revived his brother the entire time, then the plot wouldn't have happened, because that was literally Liam's first wish. There's a specific plot twist in the film where Jack Black turns out to not actually be Satan, just another demon named Asmodeus. I don't know how to say that, I'm sorry. And there's a theory that the only reason Jack Black couldn't revive the dead at the start of the film was because he was abiding by Satan's laws. But by the end of the film, all that's gone to trash and he doesn't care anymore, so I guess he has nothing to lose. This theory is from Screen Rant, and even if it's true, it doesn't solve the inconsistent repercussions of the wish, as Liam's parents are continuing life as if his brother never died, whereas literally everyone else remembers that he did. For example, the love interest who fell for Liam after his heartwarming story about his brother kinda still remembers, and that kinda sours the entire end of the film. It's like, oh, happy ending, he gets the girl. His love interest is kinda questioning, you told me your brother was dead, but who did? The ending doesn't ruin the film. It just complicates things and negates the theme of overcoming trauma by making it so Liam doesn't have to.
Oh no, I washed my plush toy because I threw it at the sweeping alligator. Oh man.
Hey kid, you want the same plush toy in all its pre-alligator condition?
Wow, thanks, sketchy man in the alleyway. Now I never have to learn that my actions have consequences, or that loss is a natural part of life that I need to learn to get over in my own unique way. Thanks, sketchy man.
No problem.
Oh look, that escape snake is sleeping. Here, take this.
Uh-oh.
Weird choices aside, this is a good movie, and it only makes you question everything in the last 5 minutes, which gives you no time to comprehend what happened, and just leaves you shattered. Questioning what? So if you've seen every other Christmas movie in the world, then sure, put this on, you'll have a decent time. Also, Post Malone's in this for some reason, and he has a kind of vital role in the story. I don't know. But moving on from this movie, as I have a meeting to attend to.
Okay, Des, send him the next one. Okay, Mr. McLean, was it?
Uh-huh.
And you're applying for a position on the Council of Christmas Movies. Okay, first, tell us about yourself.
Die Hard is an action thriller set on Christmas Eve, as John McClane, myself, fights off German terrorists to save his estranged wife, the hostages, and, most importantly, Christmas. The plot takes off when German terrorists take over Nakatomi Plaza, claiming everyone present as hostages. Thankfully, I evaded initial capture, and I knew it was my mission to save everyone.
Okay, I think next I should ask you, why do you want to be on the council?
Die Hard is a Christmas movie and deserves its spot. For too long this point has been debated, but it's true that nothing starts Christmas like Hans Gruber falling from Nakatomi Plaza.
Okay, strong case there. I have your resume here, and the setting of Christmas Eve does help your case, though it doesn't cement your place on the council.
I believe that the Christmas Eve setting is just the start of it, as the film displays the important qualities of Christmas, as my character is fighting for his family.
Okay, and what do you think you'd bring to the council?
The exhilarating action featured in my movie will bring a change of pace to the other films on the council. My thriller and detective mystery genres could bring some new perspectives to the council.
Well, thank you, Mr. McLean. Your answers have been very promising, and we will be in touch.
I really like Die Hard. I think it's a good movie, and if you couldn't tell from the last skit, I'm part of the group who think it is a Christmas movie, no matter what Bruce Willis says.
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. It's a goddamn Bruce Willis movie.
He's just in denial. But anyway, it's a good action movie, and keeps you on the edge of your seat the entire time. If you haven't already seen it, and you have no plans on the 24th, you know what to do. The runtime is just over 2 hours, so it's a bit of a commitment, though I can guarantee it's worth it. And it's a Christmas movie, so it's legally obligated to have a happy ending. This movie is a classic, and the next one is not so much. It's more of a genre, but I can guarantee you've seen at least one of those. Mixed in with the classic like Die Hard and the one-offs like Dear Santa, there's a variety of generic Christmas movies about love, family, and the importance of the holidays. Starring straight white male or straight white female, these films feature two people falling in love over the holidays.
You know, over these past few days, I've really fallen for you. You know, I'm straight, white, and a really boring person to be around. And you're straight, white, and also a really boring person to be around. I love how your lack of distinct hobbies and basically non-existent personality is basically the exact same as me. And well, you could say this was a straight, white Christmas miracle. Why do I keep watching these? You know, man, I don't know.
oh my gosh, who the hell are you? How'd you get in my house? You know, man, I don't know. These films can be found anywhere, but I can always count on Netflix to bring the goods. You got the stuff?
Yeah, you want the usual again?
No, I'm looking for something a bit more jolly, if you know what I mean. How much will that one cost?
50. Scram, it's the feds.
Okay, the castle defenses should hold them back for a bit. It sure stopped me when I was younger. And they're not even Italians, or plumbers, so they don't even stand a chance. But anyway, Netflix has a wide range of Christmas movies this year, making it hard to choose. To be honest, I was tossing up between two, Jingle Bell Heist and My Secret Santa. Both of them seemed like completely random and kind of funny Christmas movies. I had to decide to watch one, so tonight I'm gonna sit down and watch My Secret Santa. While the title might seem innocent, this thumbnail is enticing to say the least. Why is she holding the lifeless face of Santa? What the hell is she doing? I thought this was a rom-com, not a horror movie, but don't worry, this is an exaggeration. The reason she's doing this is much more confusing. Hopefully this short synopsis will clear things up. After losing her job just before Christmas, single mother Taylor puts on a jolly disguise to land a Santa gig at a ski resort run by a dashing new manager. Did that clear up why she's holding such a terrifying mask? No, it doesn't. I watched a short trailer of each film before I watched it, and this film's premise seemed the most out of left field. Speaking of left field, send in the charging trucks? Yeah. I think they're getting close, so ignoring the pressing matter at hand, let's go to the plot synopsis. The film opens with the protagonist, Taylor, getting laid off and introduces her situation. She's a down-on-her-luck single mother who needs a job to get money for her daughter's ski lessons. When consulting her brothers, she learns that employees of the Sunshine Resort get half price. She begs and pleads with them for a job, but unfortunately they don't have any available. Well, except for a spot for an old man to play Santa Claus. She needs the money, so she gets her brothers to dress her up, and she applies for the role. This is Natasha, and she is one position shy of general manager. And this is Matthew, the film's love interest and son of a billionaire. Unfortunately for Natasha, Matthew's dad was angry at him and put Matthew in general manager role. Which is like, don't you like having money? Why wouldn't you just put him in a hard, back-breaking job, like cleaning toilets, and not in a vital position that could easily take down your company? Taylor puts herself in the Santa costume and goes to the interview. Natasha makes Matthew decide whether to hire Taylor under the alias of Hugh Mann or not. He asks the really good question about a background check, which is immediately shut down with, and I quote, "We don't have enough time." I'm sorry, what? His entire job is talking to children. You can't just say, oh, there's not enough time. It doesn't work like that. At the start of the film, I was just watching it, but at this point, I needed to write stuff down. When Taylor takes her daughter Zoe to the ski school for the first time, Matthew appears and tries to flirt with Taylor in front of Zoe. Though that just begins the kind of weird arc of Zoe being really invested in her mum getting a boyfriend. It also brings up Zoe's old band, the Screaming Kittens, whom Matthew now revealed to Zoe. Don't worry, these interactions are too normal. I haven't even told you about the landlord hitting on Santa storyline, and actually, you know what, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Turns out Taylor sucks at being Santa, so Matthew goes to fire her, but instead of doing that, he opens up to Hugh, saying how he's trying to be better, which isn't true. He was put in the position by his father against his will, and he didn't seek out changing. Aside from an earlier meet cute, his character was first introduced because he crashed cars in Italy, and in his defense, all the street signs were in Italian. Huh? And don't worry, he did say this in the cockiest way possible. Watching the redemption arc play out was, jarring to say the least, as I watched the writers gaslight me into making me believe that Matthew was always a good person. Don't get me wrong, I believe people can change, though they're not changing him in the present going forward, they're just changing his character. Though anyway, I need to get back to the story, which requires Taylor to have a job, so magically, Hugh becomes better at being Santa. At this point, there are two diverging storylines, one of Matthew and Taylor dating, and one of Natasha trying to find something incriminating about Hugh. Because things are going way too well for Matthew and she really wants the job. This really can't backfire on her at all whatsoever. While Matthew and Taylor are going on dates, Matthew tries to rope Taylor into singing at the pub, but she can't accept her past and runs away before rethinking it over. When at home, Taylor gets out her old electric guitar and strums it, creating a normal guitar noise while all...
Who thought of this scene? I understand its plot importance, but why was the unplugged electric guitar making regular acoustic guitar noises? And why was she playing it near her daughter who was asleep nearby?
Then it's time for the big Christmas party and the climax of the film. Taylor is invited as Matthew's date, but also has to be there as Santa, so she devises a frankly horrible plan. Whenever the other persona is needed, Taylor changes and returns inconspicuously. As you expect, this plan didn't work. Actually it did. The only flaw was that Taylor was not expecting Natasha to call Hugh out for identity theft in front of all the kids. Yeah, what were you thinking, Natasha? Thankfully, Taylor keeps her cool until someone comes running in asking for Taylor, as Zoe had a skiing accident. So she breaks character and runs over immediately. In my notes, all I wrote was, Santa running funny, daughter's dying words, is that Santa? Is hilarious. And Matthew is in therapy for life. All of which are true. I remember bursting out laughing in this supposed to be dramatic moment and I couldn't hold it back. Also, when everyone is looking at Santa confused, she just takes her glasses off, and I was thinking the entire time, is that supposed to be a reveal? Before ripping off the mask dramatically. Zoe is wheeled off in a neck brace before a time skip, and she now has a broken arm for some reason. Okay, I don't know how that happened, but sure, I guess. The landlord, of all people, tells Taylor that she should say sorry to Matthew, so she does.
Matthew Lane, I'm the, well, I used to work here.
It may have been late, but I thought this scene was comedy gold. Matthew learns public speaking skills out of nowhere, Taylor apologizes while simultaneously getting over her reluctancy to sing, so the film ends with a musical number.
I miss Hugh.
That's a weird thing to say. I think Matthew fell for Hugh and not actually Taylor. Yes, old rich guy, he is. Oh, and also at the end they ship the old rich guy and the landlord, the perfect power couple. The film sure is a generic Christmas movie about love with a twist, and sure did the writers come up with a very interesting one. There were a few weird moments I pointed out in the film, and some questionable writing choices, but it wasn't too bad, so I would rate it 5 creepy Santa faces out of 10, which is perfectly average. And that's all the time we have for this segment, as it's nearly the end of this video, and the cops are breaking down the door. So let's get out of here. Can't believe they didn't even check the back door. Merchandising makes up a large part of Christmas. Wait, let me take this off. Merchandising makes up a large part of Christmas, as celebrations are not complete without decorating your tree, door, bed, living room, house, wallpaper, kids, parents, tombstone, and why the heck not, cover yourself head to toe in Christmas clothing. There's a surprising amount of Christmas merchandise, seeing that the season only lasts 2 months. But when you see people enjoying things, remember, what would a capitalist think? And ask, how much money can I pry from their wallets? Though, I am a sucker for a $3 Kmart plushie. That's that one. Look, he even has a little crown. How can you hate him? Unfortunately, I'm not just a sucker for the cheap plushies. I think I'm just a sucker in general. I have 2 Santa plushies, a reindeer, a penguin, another gingerbread, though this one doesn't need a cute crown to establish its dominance. It does that by being the size of my head. Oh, bigger than the size. Including the mask I wore earlier, I have a grand total of 7 plushies, which I think is a few too many for a celebration spanning 1/12 of the year. Though plushies aren't all, as somewhere my family have an inflatable Santa, a wreath, and a variety of other Christmas decorations like this little guy I found. Though things themed around Christmas aren't all that people buy this time of year, as everyone's scrambling to get their family members a present. Thankfully, half the products on this earth are on sale, though just the bare minimum to warrant the stores putting a sale sign. Unfortunately, I think Christmas has fallen off since I was young, so I'm bringing it back. That looked cooler in my head. So to re-establish Christmas's dominance, I have a game plan. I just stole that from Ryan Trahan. I thought it was cool. Never mind. Back to the sitting. Yep. Step 1. Spread all the cheer you can. It's easier than you think. So, when someone's sad, smile. When someone's happy, smile. When you're sad, ask for help for someone who's smiling. Unless they look creepy, then don't go to them. But on to step 2. Don't settle for, oh, we're not going to give gifts this year. No. Give gifts of friendship. Share a moment. Spend time together. Spend time with the people you care about. You don't have to give gifts to give yourself. Step 3. Have fun and be merry. I don't care what's happening. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you don't believe in Christmas. I want you to be happy. And be merry. And spread joy. So it's all wrapping back to the first one. So this is it. This is the game plan. I don't know. I don't remember what I said. So this is how this year we're bringing back Christmas. Spread joy. Give gifts. Do the first one again. I got it. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please consider leaving a like. And if you've made it this far, you might as well just subscribe. If you like my content, I do too. And I like making it, so if you subscribe, that shows that I'm not the only one who enjoys this. And that will prompt me to make more. What do you think, Sandal?
Ho ho ho. I think you should share this video with everybody you know. And if you're contemplating sharing it, then go ahead and share it anyway. Rorey doesn't care. Share this with everyone. Ho ho ho. Merry Christmas. Also, I think that
I haven't really planned what I want him to say, so whatever he just said, I agree with totally, and Rorey in post, don't screw me over. But for Christmas, I want one thing, and that's for you to subscribe. Yeah, I plugged it already before, but I don't care, I'm doing it again. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have a Merry Christmas and a great day. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
put your hands in the air, right? Oh, he's gone. Guess we were too slow. Well, we'll get him one day. Hey, Jerry, you doing anything for dinner?
So I need to ask you, do you know the Muffin Man? They know the Muffin Man.